Hey everybody, Big Mark here, back with another session, and I wanted to give you some tips when you're trading and when it comes to binary options and pocket option, of course. You know, when you're trading, when you're doing binary, you you have to have realistic expectations. Your main goal here is to preserve your capital. You really, that's your focus should, you should, you got to win, but your focus should be more on preserving your capital and focusing on your losses, really protecting yourself as much as possible. We see a lot of videos on YouTube, turning $1 into $30,000 and stuff like that. I don't know about that, guys. Either these people are savants, or it could be fake. I don't know. I have this like kind of opinion about the whole thing. I think like these people are from, I think they're hired from Pocket Option perhaps, but I don't know. I think they're all trading in the same facility, like in a building. They all have these little rooms and they decorate the rooms to make them look like bedrooms. And I've seen some guys just look at the screen like they don't even use the mouse. They just sit at the screen and talk, and like there's a pre-recorded video playing in the background and they just kind of look at the video. I've seen that. So just be careful, the guys. There's a lot of shady stuff out there. Everybody wants your money, right? Well, you can still earn money through binary options, without watching those videos, without trying those tactics and stuff like that. If you're really good at having multiple wins in a row, you can start at $1 and just keep doubling your account until you make like $100. If you can do that, then great. I'm not at that level yet. It's pretty, it takes a long time to get to that point. And so, so what we're going to do here, for me, what I use is mostly support and resistance. I've tried every single strategy that you can think of when it comes to binary options. And I found that support and resistance just works better. What I do is I map out zones or key areas. I'm looking for overall trends, basically. So like, I'll flip through the assets here. I'm looking for either a trend going down or up. And so I have the 50 period moving average on the chart, and that's just helping me kind of just at a glance. I can easily see if the chart is going up or down with the 50 period EMA. It's really easy to see that. So that's the 50 period EMA is over here. It's the moving average, and it's this white line going down. And so you can clearly see that we are in a downtrend. And then so what I'll do on a downtrend is I'll wait for a pullback. So I'll need to wait for a pullback either to the middle of the Bollinger Bands or maybe closer to this 50 EMA. You can see we've had some pullbacks to that 50 EMA already, but it doesn't have to touch the EMA. It may even touch just the outside of the Bollinger Bands, like right here. It may come back to the Bollinger Bands and then continue down. So, and that's essentially what I do. So if we're in a downtrend, I will look for a pullback. Let's go to a different asset. So yeah, this is pretty good. This is a pretty big drop right here. So I would like to see a pretty good pullback before I would enter a trade like this. We are in a oversold position here, so we're already oversold, so I would not be trying to short the market right now. I don't know. That's just a bit sketchy for me. That's not really speaking to me. Like, I don't feel like taking that trade. I just don't feel like getting into the market with that type of setup. Now, something like this, we've got kind of an up and down movement. It's going down and up. Looks like the 50 EMA is coming around. If we get a good pullback right here, so in other words, I've mapped out this zone here with this line tool. And basically you can see that we've had several taps on this line, so several taps on this zone. You can see it's way back here. You know, we've came down, or we've tapped the zone here, we went up, we went through the zone, but we also came back, and now that this area has been used for resistance. It's been used for resistance right here, so several times, and then now it's been used as support. And so this is like a key area right here. Okay, so if the price comes back down, to this spot, you know, I might consider taking a trade right there, or I might enter the market, because the next area of resistance, you know, could be maybe down in this area down here, and that's pretty far down. I mean, it could still come down here. I'm not saying it's not, but it definitely could come down. But so you can see we've had taps. We've had taps on this area right here. So boom, 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 and it's went through, came back up, tapped that area as resistance. And so you never know. I mean, it could do that. But right now I wouldn't take the trade because it's already on its way up. And here's the thing. When I started, I used to just take, I used to just go based off of the stochastic oscillator. And I would go long on these, on an upward trend. And the price would just keep going and going and going. And then I'd find myself like chasing the market. And I'd be like way up here, and I'd use all my capital, all my ammunition trying to chase it, because I think it's going to come down. But it just keeps going up. So you don't want to get yourself into that situation. It's a really good way to blow your account. So I'm going to just switch through here. And sometimes consolidating markets are okay. You can still trade those. But in this case, look, I'll definitely want to see a pullback here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear off all these assets and start over. And I'm just using OTC. That's it, guys. Just OTC. I can trade anytime. I don't have to worry about, crazy pumps and dumps in the market when the market opens. I may even trade a little bit on the weekends too. So it just gives me that flexibility. I know there's a lot of people saying, oh, it's manipulated or whatever, but it's simulated market data. It does go down for maintenance. So if you see like weird gaps in the market, that's just because Pocket Option is, they're doing some kind of maintenance, or maybe they've turned it off momentarily, but then they turn it back on. So, so I don't see any problem with it. There's a lot of traders that make good profits with OTC. I haven't noticed any difference. I think it's just like a psychological thing most of the time. It's like switching your account from demo to real money. There's some psychological thing going on there. And I thought I would master a strategy in demo mode and I'd switch to real mode and I'd get like crushed. But then I realized it was just me. It doesn't have anything to do with the market. So I don't believe it's like rigged. I don't know how they're going to rig like millions, every single trade that's been done by millions of users on Pocket Option, and they're going to try to trade against you. I don't know. I'm not buying it. So, okay. So this is kind of like a little sideways market price action here. You can see it's not really going up or down, so the market could break out in either direction, so you just have to keep that in mind. That's the one thing about when it's a sideways price action. However, it looks like we have kind of like a key area up here. The price could come up here to this point and then come back down. Now it looks like it's being overbought, so we are coming up to the highest point inside of the stochastic right now. And so this could keep going up. However, looking right here, it could slow down around this area. Look at that. So it's good that's past this area because I don't really like this area of resistance. It's not enough for me to make a decision. So I'd like to see the price come up to this zone up here. It may not. It may just use this area right here. So it's also good to check higher time frames. We are on the 5 minute. Typically I do take trades on the 1 minute. So if I get down to the 1 minute, actually I thought I was on the 1 minute. So just be careful about that because sometimes you'll think you're on one time frame and you're not. It's pretty crazy. But you can see that it's had a little bit of a resistance at this level. So there's something going on here. We've had a little support here, and then now it's support again, and it broke through support, and then it came back to retest. And so now it's past that. So what could happen is it's past this resistance here, and then now it could come up and then come back down and use this area for support. But for right now, it looks like it's going up to this next zone over here, which is kind of interesting. So this might be something that we might want to take a look at. So it's good to map out your zones on a 5 minute chart because, well, if you're using 1 minute, to use a higher time frame because it's going to make your zones more accurate, more stronger. It just responds better to zones on a higher time frame. If you're working on the 1 minute, try going over to the 5 minute and then checking the zones, making sure it's also on the 5 minute. If it is, then might be a good area to enter. So, yeah, so that looks pretty good. I'm just going to wait that out. So what I'll do at this point is I'll make an alert. So I'll set an alert right there. And let's take a look here. So we've got some little downward trend. Looks like we've got a little bit of a pullback. We don't have a whole lot going on the stochastic, so it's kind of in the middle. I'd like to see that come up here a little bit higher before I would look to see about taking a short or going down or selling the market anyway. It still could just come up to this middle of the Bollinger Bands and then come down like it is. Usually I find a deal right about now, or by this time I should find some kind of trade to take. Doesn't usually take this long. I'm also using the Wealth Warriors Trade Manager. This is a trade manager that's available to my VIP members on my Telegram group. This allows you to make between 5 and 10% per day on your account. Even as low as like a 30 or 40% win rate, even as low as 25% win rate. You can have several losses in a row and still be profitable. So it's a pretty incredible trade manager. So if you don't have this, just reach out to me. This is available to people that are on my team on Pocket Option. If you've registered with my link, of course, I will send you the calculator or either that or you can buy it from me or something. So, but anyway. All right, so it looks like we're coming down. Let me go back to that. Yeah, so that looks like it already played out. Let's try to find a good setup here. Looks like things are pretty slow in the 5 minute. I'm going to switch over to the 1 minute. And, okay, this did go past the 50 EMA. Let me go ahead and grab the line tool. Let's map this out a little bit. So you can see it's kind of slowing down. It's kind of hesitating a little bit around this area. And it does look overbought. But I would like to see that, or I would like to enter that, or enter the market a little bit higher, maybe if it pulls back. I get this feeling though it's going to keep going up. I don't know why, so I'm not like 100% on it. You don't have to be 100%. I mean, you can put like a feeler trade out there, which is like what I normally do, just to kind of, if things aren't moving, put a trade in the market, and you'll see the market start moving real fast. So. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll put an alert right there. I'll come back to that. Okay, so yeah, we're on the 1 minute. We've got a 1 minute timer on this. I fluctuate. I go between 45 seconds, even as high as 2 minutes. I've done trades at 3 minutes as well. It depends how big the pump is, or the pump or dump. So yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of a area up here. Not a whole lot of taps though. Not a whole lot of previous taps around this area. So this is a bit sketchy here. I don't know. It could come, you know, it could still come up to this next area up here. But not a lot of previous resistance at that area. Unless I come way back here, maybe I could see something, but it's kind of like just out in the middle of nowhere. All right, let's go ahead and keep going. Okay, so this looks pretty good right there. Although that's if it comes back down, maybe I'll enter the trade, but it looks like we might have missed that. Okay, so price level reached right here. Yeah, I'm still not feeling good about this, guys. I think it's just going to keep going up because it's kind of like at a grind. It's kind of doing a grind. You see how it's just kind of grinding its way up, and I don't really like to see that. If it's just like a couple candlesticks, it's just like a huge pump, then it's probably a higher chance that it's just going to come down. But I'm probably going to go ahead and skip this one. Yeah, it looks like it may come down again, so that'd be cool. We could probably just go in. It's not a big dollar amount right now. It's only like, pretty small. I'm going to put this up to 2. Let's go ahead and enter with 2 minutes because it may come down. Yeah, there it goes. So probably come down again and then go back up. But we have on the stochastic, we do have that green line, or I'm sorry, the blue line crossing the orange line down here on the stochastic. So that's a good indicator that we could see a little bit more to the upside. What I also do is I can already mark this trade as a loss, and then that'll give me, the trade manager will give me the next price amount to enter. So I can already be pre-prepared to enter another trade with the amount that the trade manager gives me. And I will go ahead and put that up here. And so I can, if it keeps going down or whatever, I'm already ready to take another trade. We got about 1 minute on that. 1 minute to go. So yeah, see, I'm just mapping out some zones here on the chart. If I see something like right about here, you can see it's kind of went up, used that for resistance, came down, went up, past that, came down, used it as support. And oh, by the way, we got that's a good bullish indication. We have a new candle that's printed towards the top of the previous candle. We also broke the previous candle high, which is a good sign. And so yeah, really, really good. Very small amount, guys, because I've already kind of won 2 trades in a row. So I've already met the session amount, or the amount of wins for this session. So yeah, it looks like this is a winner. So in the line, you can see here's my entry right here, and there you go. So that was a winner. So let's go ahead and go back to the trade manager. I'll go ahead and mark this a win. So we've had 3 wins in a row, and that's really all that I've required for this, that all was required for this trading session was 3 wins, 3 out of 12. And I'm not even close to taking 12 positions, and I've already met my goal for this session. So $6.19. Now you might be looking at that going, well, that's not a whole lot. However, look how fast I did this. I mean, I did this session pretty quick. If you just look at the charts and you just focus, you can do like multiple trades like in a few minutes, right? So it may not look like a lot out of $450 or whatever, but you got to think like, well, $6.19. So if I want to make $100 today, divided by $6, I only have to do 16 sessions and I've made $100. And I'm being ultra conservative. I could put more money in here, right? Like I could put $4,000 in here or something like this, and I would have made $61 being ultra conservative. I mean, really conservative. That means that I would have to have a 25% win rate or better. And usually my win rates are much higher. They're around 50 to 60%. So the whole thing, like I said, the whole thing with trading binary options or any kind of trading is focusing on controlling and protecting your capital at all times. That should be your main focus. Your main thing is to protect yourself, because what's the point on recklessly trading with too large of an amount, getting wrecked, and you lose. Not only are you not profitable, but you've also lost your money. Like you've lost your money that your hard-earned money that you put into the platform, and also you're building bad trading habits at the same time. So it may not be a lot, but if you have a goal to make $100 a day, you can do that and be ultra conservative. Now, if you have $400 or whatever, that $4,500 in here, you just need 2 trades and you've already made $100. You've made more than that. You've made $120 or whatever. You're at higher risk, but you put more money in there. So yeah, there is always a risk that you could lose all your money, right? So, but yeah, looking over here, so now we're up 458.89. So what I'll do is I'll change this to 458.89. And then I'll just reset all my entries. There we go. So my next trade size is $4.81. And throughout the trades, I'll look up on my favorites on the assets. You want to keep an eye on the assets, on their payout amounts. Sometimes these payout amounts will fluctuate. The payout amounts I'm talking about is where it says it gives you a percentage of how much Pocket Option is going to pay you. These can fluctuate. So these can go as low as, I've seen it as low as 55%. You'll choose the asset. It'll say 92%, but then about 30 minutes later, it might say like 80%. So you want to remove that asset and replace it with a new one that has a higher payout. And that's what this is right here. So you see the fee percentage. You want to change the fee percentage to just to be on the safe side. What a lot of folks do is they'll just put this at 0.8, and that way, if it does drop down to 80% payout, you're still good. You're still in the game. You're still safe. You're still making profits. I like to keep a pretty close eye on the payouts myself, so I'll always keep this at 92%, which is going to give me a higher accurate reading on the return amounts and what I should expect in terms of my portfolio profit. So yeah, really good stuff. This video is almost like 23 minutes long. I'm going to create another video and hopefully I can get some more trades in for you guys. So if you guys enjoy the video, leave me a comment below. I'll make more videos like this. Make it a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.